Other news, a Louisiana lawmaker going head-to-head with the federal government over FEMA.
Senator David Vitter is trying to stop FEMA from forcing disaster victims to repay money that FEMA overpaid them. He's teamed up with another lawmaker creating legislation called the Disaster Victim Fairness Act. The bill only applies to overpayments that weren't fraudulent. Senator Vitter's office says more than 800 Louisiana residents are being told they have to repay money FEMA gave them. But this is not the only case of Louisiana residents battling it out with FEMA. Our Allison Bourne-Vinette catches up with a woman who lost everything in Hurricane Katrina, and almost a decade later now, FEMA wants every penny back.
First of all, there's the whole storm thing that happened, and that was awful in itself. Then here you are, 8 years later, and you receive a letter like this, and it's just unbelievable.
That letter from FEMA sent to Caroline Helm in 2013, demanding she repay the $2,000 she got when her home flooded in Hurricane Katrina, saying she fraudulently claimed to live in New Orleans.
A letter saying that it's fraudulent and you know that you're not fraudulent is pretty painful and defeating.
She says FEMA had been sending her letters to an old address, so she filled out more paperwork, even hired an attorney.
He said, Caroline, just pay it because it's just going to be too hard to fight the federal government, so you just should pay it.
Helm isn't alone in fighting FEMA. Countless cases in Louisiana are the reason why Senator David Vitter is stepping in.
All these cases we're talking about are by definition FEMA's mistakes, FEMA's screw-ups, and then they're trying to go after people. And again, in virtually every case, this money is spent on legitimate purposes. So this means that people are in a hole, would have to borrow money or in a desperate situation to try to come up with these dollars that FEMA is going after.
We sent all that to FEMA, and they just still said I had to pay it back.
Now that Helm has paid back all the money, she wants to help others who might be facing the same fight.
A person who is less fortunate than me definitely has no voice in this situation and feels defeated and is having to pay back a lot of money for nothing.
In Lafayette, Allison Bourne-Vinette, KATC TV3.
And as for Senator Vitter's legislation, next up it heads to a committee for a vote.